There is a moment in life that almost everyone misses, not because it is loud, not because it is dramatic, but because it is quiet. It does not arrive with a crash. It arrives like a whisper. And if you are not listening, you will ignore it. That moment is this. You realize that nothing outside you is stopping you. Not your past, not other people, not your situation. It is you. At first, the mind rejects this idea. It feels heavy. It feels unfair. So the mind looks for escape. It says life is hard. Others had it easier. I just need more time. Those words feel safe. But safety is not growth. Safety is where dreams slowly fall asleep. There are two versions of you living inside the same body. One version wants comfort. The other wants more. One version wants to rest. The other wants to rise. Most people never notice the difference. They live their whole life letting the louder one win. And the louder one is almost always the weaker one. The weak version of you is not evil. It does not hate you. It is afraid. It learned how to keep you safe when things were hard. It learned how to avoid pain. It learned how to survive. But survival is not the same as living. And what once protected you can later imprison you. Think about a child learning to walk. At first, holding the wall is necessary. Without it, the child falls. But imagine if the child never lets go. Years pass, the wall is still there, the legs are strong. But fear says, don't try. The child would never run, never explore, never grow. That is what comfort does to adults. Most people are not failing, they are avoiding. Avoiding effort. Avoiding risk, avoiding discomfort. And the cost of avoidance is always delayed. You do not feel it today, you feel it years later. As regret, there is a reason your life feels heavy sometimes. It is not because you are doing too much. It is because you are doing less than you are capable of. Your soul knows it. That is why rest does not refresh you anymore. That is why distraction feels empty. That is why silence makes you uncomfortable. The weak version of you loves noise. Endless scrolling, endless talking, endless excuses. Noise keeps you from hearing the truth. And the truth is simple. You are meant for more than this. But more requires responsibility. And responsibility feels scary. Because responsibility means you can no longer blame. Not your parents, not your past, not the world. It means your future is in your hands. That truth is powerful and terrifying. Most people choose comfort instead. They say one day, soon, when things are easier. But time does not slow down. It keeps moving, quietly, relentlessly. And every day you wait, the weak version of you grows stronger. Look at your habits. Not your dreams, not your words. Your habits. They tell the truth. Do you finish what you start? Do you keep promises to yourself? Do you show up when no one is watching? Or do you disappear when it gets hard? Weakness grows in the dark. It grows when no one is holding you accountable. It grows when you lie to yourself. It grows when you pretend things are fine. Strength begins with honesty. Painful honesty. Ask yourself one question. Not out loud, not for anyone else. Just for you. If nothing changes, will I be okay living this same life 5 years from now? Sit with that question. Do not rush past it, because that question is the doorway. If the answer scares you, that is not weakness. That is awareness. Awareness is the beginning of change. Most people think change starts with motivation. It does not. It starts with disgust. A deep, quiet disgust with staying the same. A moment where you say, I cannot keep doing this. That moment is powerful, but only if you act on it. The weak version of you will fight back immediately. It will say, you're tired, you've tried before, relax today. It does not want to die. Comfort never does. But understand this. You do not defeat weakness with anger. You defeat it with consistency. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today, with one small action. Not a dramatic transformation, not a perfect plan. One honest step. Because action exposes lies. And the biggest lie weakness tells you is this: that you need to feel ready. You don't. You need to move. Every strong life you admire was built the same way. One decision repeated daily, long after motivation disappeared. Strength is not loud, it is quiet, it is boring, it is daily. This is not about becoming someone else. It is about removing what is holding you back from becoming who you already are. Right now, the fight has already started. It started the moment you felt this message. The only question is, will you listen or will you scroll past your own future? Awareness is powerful, but awareness alone does nothing. Many people reach awareness and stop there. They watch videos, they read quotes, they nod their head, then they return to the same habits. That is not transformation. That is entertainment. Change begins only when awareness turns into a decision. A real decision feels different. It is not loud. It is not emotional. It is calm. It sounds like this: I am done living this way. No anger, no drama, just certainty. The weak version of you senses this moment, and it panics, because decisions are dangerous to comfort. So it tries one last trick. It offers delay. Think about it more. Plan better. Wait for the right time. But the right time is a myth. It does not exist. There is only now. Every delay feeds weakness. Every delay teaches your mind that feelings are in control. And whatever controls your actions controls your future. A decision is powerful because it changes identity. Before the decision, you say, I'm trying. After the decision, you say, I do. Trying leaves room for escape. Doing removes it. Think of a light switch. You do not slowly turn on light, you decide. Click, dark or light, comfort or growth. From this moment forward, everything becomes simpler. Not easier, simpler. Because when the decision is real, you stop debating. You stop asking, do I feel like it? You ask, what must be done? This is where discipline is born. Discipline is not punishment. It is self-respect in action. It is doing what matters even when it is boring, even when it is hard, even when no one sees. Motivation asks, how do I feel today? Discipline says, this is who I am. The weak version of you depends on moods. The strong version of you depends on standards. Standards do not care how you feel. They show up anyway. At first, discipline feels heavy, because your mind is used to comfort. But weight builds strength. Avoidance builds weakness. You do not need to change your whole life today. That thought overwhelms people, and overwhelmed people quit. You only need one rule, one non-negotiable action. Something small, something daily, something aligned. Read for 10 minutes. Move your body for 20. Write one honest page. Sit in silence. One thing. Every day. No excuses. This is how identity shifts. You stop seeing yourself as someone who hopes. You become someone who keeps promises. And self-trust is power. The weak version of you hates routines. Because routines remove choice. And choice gives weakness room to speak. Structure silences excuses. When you wake up with no plan, weakness decides for you. When your day is structured, discipline speaks first. Do not wait to feel confident. Confidence comes after action, not before. Every time you do the hard thing, even badly, you send your brain a message. I can be trusted. That message changes everything. Fear will still be there. Fear does not leave because you decide. Fear leaves when you move through it. Fear hates motion. Fear survives in stillness. The moment you take action, fear begins to shrink. Not disappear. Shrink. And here is the truth most people miss. Fear gets loudest right before it loses. That is why quitting feels tempting right before breakthroughs. Discipline is not about being perfect. You will miss days, you will slip. Strength is not never falling. Strength is always returning. The weak version quits, the strong version resumes. There is no shame in falling. There is danger in staying down. From this point forward, you stop asking life for permission. You stop waiting for approval. No one needs to clap. No one needs to understand. This is between you and the mirror. The mirror never lies. It reflects effort, it reflects excuses, it reflects consistency. When your actions change, your environment starts to feel uncomfortable. Old habits resist, old people question, old patterns pull. That is normal. Growth always disrupts comfort. Do not explain yourself. Let results speak later. Silence plus consistency is louder than words. The decision you made will be tested. Daily. By tired mornings, by boring days, by slow progress. That is where most people fail. Not because it is impossible, but because it is unglamorous. But boring discipline creates extraordinary lives. Slow consistency beats fast motivation. Every time. Right now, the weak version of you is shrinking. Not because you defeated it in battle, but because you stopped feeding it. And the strong version of you is learning to breathe. This is not a phase, this is not a challenge, this is not a trend. This is a turning point. Because once discipline becomes identity, going back feels impossible. Comfort no longer satisfies, distraction no longer distracts. You have seen too much. The decision has been made. Now comes the hardest part. Sustaining it. At first, discipline feels personal. You versus you. But soon, something changes. The world around you begins to respond. Your environment notices before you do. Old habits feel louder. Old distractions feel heavier. Old comfort feels less comforting. That is not failure. That is growth creating friction. The weak version of you lived comfortably in your old environment. Same routines, same conversations, same excuses. But strength cannot grow there. So the environment must change. Environment is stronger than motivation. Put a healthy person in a toxic place and they will struggle. Put a growing mind in a weak environment and it will be tested daily. Look around. Your space, your phone, your people. They are shaping you whether you admit it or not. Weakness loves easy access, easy distractions, easy escapes, easy excuses. Strength requires boundaries. If your phone steals hours, it is not neutral. It is shaping your future. If your space is chaotic, your mind feels it. If your circle avoids growth, you absorb it. You do not rise to your goals. You fall to your environment. So change it. This does not mean disappearing. It means designing. Designing your space to support who you are becoming. Remove what drains you. Silence what distracts you. Protect what builds you. Time is the first battlefield. Weakness wastes time because it fears facing itself. Scrolling feels safe, busyness feels productive. But neither builds a future. Time is not something you find. It is something you claim. Every yes costs something. Every no protects something. Strong people say no often. Not because they are cold, but because they are focused. Plan your day before it plans you. Wake with intention, move with purpose. When time is controlled, excuses starve. The weak version of you loves chaos. Chaos gives it cover. Structure exposes it. Now comes the hardest environment to change. People, you are not required to stay the same to keep others comfortable. Growth makes some people nervous because your discipline reflects their avoidance. Some will mock, some will doubt, some will pull you back. Not because they hate you, but because your change challenges their choices. Weakness thrives in groups that normalize excuses. Strength grows around standards. Look closely. Who pushes you forward, who keeps you small? Who talks about building, who talks about blaming? You do not need many people. You need alignment. Even one disciplined mind nearby raises your standard. Sometimes growth means distance. Not hatred, not anger. Distance. Strong people respect boundaries. Weak people resent them.